Did you know that Jesus exists in Islam? Ever wondered why Muslims pray 5 times a day? Or what the word Allah truly means? Here are 7 fascinating facts that will reveal what Islam is really about.
The word Allah in Arabic means the God. It is not exclusive to Islam. Arabic-speaking Christians and Jews also use it to refer to God. A Muslim is one who submits to Allah. The word comes from aslama, which means to submit, surrender, and be at peace. A Muslim is someone who believes in the one true God, follows Islam, and lives according to the Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. Muslims see submission to God as the key to true peace. That is why Islam itself means peace through submission. So, if you literally translate "a Muslim believes in Allah," you get a person who submits to God believes in God. Did you think that the Quran is the only Islamic holy book? Islam has 4 holy books, all considered revelations from God. Each one was given to a specific prophet, and together they form the foundation of Islamic belief. You might be surprised to hear what these books are. Well, here's the list. Torah or Torah, the book given to Prophet Musa or Moses. Just like in Judaism, Torah is the basic law and guide for life. Zabur or Psalms, the book given to Prophet Dawud or David. Zabur is considered a collection of songs and poetic prayers that praise God. Injil or Gospel. In Islam, the Injil is seen as a divine revelation, although it's believed that the later texts in Christian tradition have been altered. The book is given to Jesus. Quran, the book given to Prophet Muhammad. The Quran is considered the last and final revelation, coming as a correction and completion of the previous holy books. Muslims believe that all these books were revealed with the purpose of guiding people to the right path, but that the Quran is the final and most complete revelation given to humanity by God. Yes, Jesus or Isa exists in Islam, but with some important differences compared to Christian beliefs. In Islam, he is considered one of the greatest prophets, but not the Son of God. Islam teaches that he was born to the Virgin Maryam and was sent as a messenger of God to the people. His teachings are seen as part of God's revelation, but without the divine nature attributed to Jesus in Christianity. Islam believes that Isa performed many miracles, such as healing the sick and raising the dead, but that he was not crucified. Instead, according to Islamic teachings, he was raised to heaven before people could capture him, and someone else who resembled him was crucified. Islam also believes that Isa will return to earth in the future as part of the major events before the Day of Judgment, where he will end injustice and establish justice. Jesus is a very important figure in Islam, but his identity and role differ from those in Christianity. Islam requires performing 5 daily prayers, salah, which are mandatory for every Muslim. Each prayer has its specific time, procedure, and spiritual purpose. Every prayer includes physical movements, standing, bowing, prostrating, and recitations that Muslims say, focusing on submission to God. Salah in Islam has numerous physical benefits for the body, along with its primary spiritual purpose. Here's how prayer is healthy for the body. Increases flexibility and strength. The movements during prayer, such as sitting, bending, and prostrating, improve flexibility and strengthen muscles. Stimulate circulation. Changing positions during prayer enhances blood flow, especially in the legs, arms, and neck. Reduces stress. Focusing on God during prayer helps reduce stress and anxiety, which positively impacts both mental and physical health. Improves balance and coordination. The various movements in prayer help maintain balance and coordination. Improves breathing. Deep breathing during prayer increases oxygen flow in the body. Detoxifies the body. The movements stimulate the lymphatic system, helping in the elimination of toxins. Maintains energy. Regular prayer helps maintain energy levels throughout the day. Thus, prayer is not just a religious act, but also contributes to the health of the body and mind. Women are highly respected in Islam. Islam emphasizes equality between men and women before God, as both genders are responsible for their actions. In the Quran, men and women are considered equal in a spiritual sense. Islam recognizes women's right to education, and the first revelation in the Quran calls for learning for all, regardless of gender. Marriage in Islam is based on mutual respect and love, and women have the right to choose their partner. Women have the right to own property, inherit and control their own wealth. Respect for mothers is especially emphasized in Islam, where it is said that paradise lies under the feet of the mother. Islam grants women the right to freedom and choice, including their profession and partner. Islam categorically prohibits terrorism and violence against innocent civilians. Terrorism, which involves killing innocent people, spreading fear, and causing harm, is contrary to the core principles of Islam. Islam is a religion that calls for peace, justice, and respect for human life. The Quran clearly states that the killing of an innocent person is an extremely serious crime. One of the key verses regarding this issue is, "Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he has killed all of humanity. And whoever saves a life, it is as if he has saved all of humanity." Quran 5:32. This verse emphasizes the sanctity of human life and shows that killing innocent people is absolutely forbidden in Islam. In Islam, fighting or war can only be conducted in cases of self-defense against injustice, or under the proper conditions of war that have strict rules, including the protection of innocent civilians, women, children, and those not involved in the fighting. Unfortunately, some extreme and violent individuals or groups have misused Islam and its teachings to justify violence and terrorism. However, it is important to note that such actions have no basis in the true teachings of Islam. Prophet Muhammad provided specific guidelines for warfare, focusing on justice, the protection of innocence, and ethical principles. While Islam permits warfare under certain conditions, the Prophet's teachings were clear and strict regarding the ethical rules of warfare. Warfare is only allowed in self-defense or to fight against oppression. Islam forbids starting unjust wars. The Prophet emphasized that war should aim at restoring justice, not expanding territories or seeking revenge. The Prophet established clear rules to protect civilians, women, and children from harm during conflict. He said, "Do not kill women, children, or elderly who are not involved in fighting." Killing innocent people is absolutely forbidden in Islam. The Prophet made it clear that only combatants participating in the conflict are legitimate targets, while civilians such as women, children, and the elderly are fully protected. The Prophet also introduced humane treatment for prisoners of war. They should not be killed, and many were freed or allowed to redeem themselves through ransom or other means. Destruction of crops, trees, animals, or any resources not related to the war strategy was prohibited. Even during battles, harming the environment or depriving local people of resources was not allowed. Islam encourages peace, and if the enemy seeks peace, it should be accepted. Soldiers were not allowed to take loot from villages or cities unless permitted by the rules of warfare. The Prophet emphasized that war could only be fought for just causes, such as defending against aggression, protecting the faithful, or fighting against oppression. War was never meant for conquest or expanding power through violence. The Prophet also warned against torture and inhumane treatment of the enemy, even in wartime. Violence against prisoners or the wounded was forbidden. Lastly, the Prophet stipulated that combat should only be directed against those actively involved in fighting. Non-combatants, including civilians, women, children, and the innocent, should never be harmed.